In your own words, tell me about Tyrone.
I mean, he was what we call a G. Always in the middle of things, instigating, arguing, fussing. He was funny to us. I mean, he'd been putting in work for so long, it got to a point where he just like to see other people do dirt.
What up, y'all? You see the title. Minneapolis gangsters are built different. Twin Cities gangsters, we're built different. Imagine growing up in a city where you have real bloods, real power rules that are connected, put down by cats in Compton in Los Angeles, real Crips, real vice lords, real disciples, real Latin kings. Then you have the homegrown gangs. Imagine growing up in a city like this. What it's going to do to your gangsterism. You see, in Los Angeles, when you're pushing the line, you're just pushing the line. Your politics is LA politics. It never changes. Your experience is nothing but that experience. Your perspective is only that. The same in Chicago. Each city that you go to, they think they're the best. But they've never really been tested against anybody else. Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Twin Cities, we're different. Since the 80s, LA Crips, LA Bloods have been coming out here. Since the 70s, Vice Lords, Disciples, Stones have been coming out here. This built for an atmosphere of mayhem. You understand me? Where Minneapolis used to be known as Minneapolis. Because the mentality was you keep things straight and narrow, you don't bring heat, and you get your money and you have a good time. Now, when Hollywood starts producing these movies, Boys in the Hood, Colors, Menace to Society, when they start pumping out this gangster rap, sensationalizing LA gangbanging, that's when the world starts to become doomed. And they start to become, hypnotized into thinking that like LA gangsterism and gangbanging was the ultimate. Like they were doing something nobody else was doing. But it was only because they were getting the publicity. Shit, during the early 90s, late 80s, every week there was a new special about Los Angeles gangs. Some sort of documentary. You see them today all over YouTube. Chicago was doing worse when it came to gangbanging. You just didn't hear about it. So they gave Los Angeles the title as gang capital of the world, of the United States. Excuse me. But that was far from true. Because, see, you got to realize you can't measure gangsterism on the fact that bodies are getting dropped. Because there's gangsterism that's pure gangsterism, and bodies are not getting dropped because it's that strong. Anybody can get a buffoon. Anybody can get somebody to go out there and, start licking off shots. But can you get real, authentic line pushers to put it down? Stand down. That's real power. You understand me? That's structure. And that's the type of gangsterism that's born and raised in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We ain't got nothing to prove. We done proved ourselves against the best that every world has to offer. There's been cats from Detroit up here, New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Tennessee, Gary. Like, we've seen them all. We're living in reality. We know everybody can get it. Anybody can get it. It doesn't matter who you are, how famous you are, if you're reputable. In Minneapolis, anybody can get it if they ain't on their P's and Q's. And the perspective of the Minneapolis gangsters far more broad than anybody in the United States because we've dealt with everybody. This ain't no disrespect. We're not saying we're better. We're just saying our style is unique. You understand me? And if it isn't the best style, if it isn't the most solidified style of gangsterism in the United States, then it's one at the top. Two. Because Minneapolis men and women can survive in any state, in any city. We can conversate and comprehend with anybody, from east to west, north to south. And we're about getting our money, man. Hence Minneapolis. If you see somebody from Minneapolis on that gangsterism, and I don't mean knocking them down. You know, that's part of it. That's an aspect of it. But I mean just on that gangsterism. Just on that, you know what I'm saying? Alpha male gentleman trying to get some money, fucking with the underworld style. If you see somebody like that in your city, and they're from Minneapolis and St. Paul, you know they're dealing with money. I want you guys out there that are not from Minneapolis and St. Paul that are listening, that have met somebody from Minneapolis and St. Paul in their city. Bear witness. They were getting their money, weren't they? They made you want to go and visit Minneapolis, didn't they? I know I'm going to get heat in the comments because cats really can't comprehend. I've said it several times. This is no disrespect. This is no big us, little you. This is just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? And the gangsters out there, they recognize, we'll recognize real. But we're just letting you know. When we're giving you our reactions, when we're giving you our perspectives, giving you that free game, it's coming from a spot that's authentic. You feel me? And I could get on here every day and give you the war stories. But the gangsterism in me won't even allow me to give too many of them. From time to time, I'll drop them. But my pushing the line is solidified. My name's already written in the cement. You feel me? So now what I want to do is take my creativity and create content where I can help, where I can teach, where I can document. You know, that's what I enjoy doing. Hit that like and subscribe, man. Share this video. Really helps us out. The more we grow, the more it's going to help y'all. Because like I said, we're giving out free game. We telling you where the potholes are in the lawn so you don't slip, so you don't fall in it. You understand me? We know where they are. We done fell in them. We done walked. We know where the mines are. So, peep game and hit that notification bell so the next time you can get notified. Peace out. Safety first.